Did you know there are 3 species of manatees? Florida, also known as West Indian, African, and Amazonian. The West Indian manatee was discovered in the 1500s by Spanish explorers that hunted them for their meat, hide, and oils. Hunted almost to extinction, Florida banned the hunting of manatees in 1893. The official season for thriving Florida manatees is October 30th to March 31st, but there are manatees that stay in certain areas all year long. Manatees breathe air, but do not have a blowhole like many people assume. They breathe through nostrils when they surface for air. While underwater, these animals are able to close their nostrils to keep water out. Manatees are either gray or grayish-brown in color. They have a thick, wrinkled skin where algae growth is commonly observed. The skin on the head and face are noticeably more wrinkled than the rest of the body. Manatees have 2 small eyes and whiskers in the snout portion. The large, flexible upper lip is used like a short trunk for gathering and eating food, as well as for communication. Manatees also communicate through sight, sound, smell, and taste. These mammals spend approximately half of each day sleeping in the water. They are able to go to the surface about 3 times an hour for air, even during their resting period. Manatees like warm waters, as they can't survive in water that is less than 68 degrees Fahrenheit. The less energy they use, the longer manatees can remain submerged between breaths, making feeding more efficient. Manatees also have the ability to control the volume of air in their lungs, enabling them to rise to the surface, take a breath, and return to the bottom with no foreseen effort. These mammals are gentle, slow-moving, graceful swimmers. Most of their time is spent eating, resting, and traveling. Manatees are completely herbivorous. They eat aquatic plants and consume up to 15% of their body weight daily. Sometimes they consume shellfish. They graze for food along water bottoms and on the surface. They may rest submerged at the bottom or just below the surface, coming up to breathe on the average of every 3 to 5 minutes, and 20 minutes and longer when asleep. It is believed manatees can live 60 years or more. Manatees are negatively buoyant and can lie on the sea bottom without exerting any energy to stay down. Why? Because manatee bones are very dense and lack bone marrow. They have 2 forelimbs with 3 to 4 toenails on each, which act like arms to help the manatee maneuver in shallow water, grasp and move food toward their mouths, and act like flippers during swimming. Also known as sea cows, manatee have 6 very large teeth. They can replace these teeth as they need to throughout their entire lives. Portrayed as a very slow-moving mammal, their average speed is approximately 5 miles per hour. They can swim up to 20 miles per hour for a short period of time. The different species of manatee have different preferences of water. The Amazonian manatee will never go into salt water. However, other species thrive in it. The Florida manatee doesn't mind moving from freshwater to saltwater and back again. Believed to be ancestors of the elephant, fossils have been found that are more than 60 million years old. Did you know? The average manatee is 10 feet long, weighing 800 to 1,200 pounds. They have been known to reach 13 feet and 3,500 pounds. When born, they are 3 to 4 foot long and 60 to 70 pounds. They have fairly good vision and can distinguish between colors. They do not form permanent bonds when breeding. Females are mature for breeding at 5 years old and 8 years old for males. On average, 1 calf is born every 5 years. Gestation period is about 1 year long. Mothers nurse young for up to 2 years. They do not have eyelashes. Manatees prefer water 3 to 7 foot deep. In summer months, it is possible to see manatees in the rivers. They range from Virginia to Texas, and one was documented in Rhode Island. This is very rare. Manatees are an endangered species. There is a minimum population count of 4,480 manatees as of January of 2011. The largest loss of manatees took place in 1996 when over 150 of them suddenly died in one region. It is believed a deadly organism called red tide was responsible.